You are now tuned in to Boxing Blah Blah Blah, where we blah 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 about everything boxing. In this episode, we discuss who's the bigger fight for Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Is it Mickey Garcia? Is it Keith Thurman? What say you? Joining the discussion from the No Cap Show, special invited guest, Intrigue the Incredible. Let's go! You are now tuned in to Boxing Blah Blah Blah, where we blah 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 about everything boxing. I am your host, Allmighty, Allmighty with Allmighty Athletics. I got my man Intrigue.
What's good? What's good?
Incredible. You got the No Cap Show, right?
Yeah, the No Cap Show. It's all official. No cap included. You already know.
No cap. No cap at all on the show.
Yeah.
So make sure you go see the show, follow, subscribe, share, like, comment, all that good stuff. But one reason why we got Intrigue on here is because I like to say a Keith Thurman disciple. You know what I'm saying? He's a
disciple.
He's a Keith Thurman apologist.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? He's a Keith Thurmanite. Keith Thurman.
One time. That's right.
And so it's hot news right now with Keith Thurman. Either he was talking trash or Leonard Ellerbe just decided to say, yeah, Tank versus Keith Thurman. Tank will knock out Keith Thurman. So I'm floored by that, I must admit. So this is the one time we agree on something about Keith Thurman. So had to have him on. He was like, oh, you got to get me on. I was like, I got to get you on. So he on. We just decided this about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
And then we on.
Yeah.
So let's get down to it, man. I don't think Tank has a chance in hell.
I mean, what sound boxing mind would think he has a chance in hell? I mean, come on now. I mean, no matter how great you think Tank is, for him to jump up 1, 2, 3, I mean, all the way to 147. I mean, hold on, let me just rewind for a second. We talking about Tank that hasn't fought the top at 135.
Right.
He fought Santa Cruz at 130. Well, he fought him at 135, but he came up from 130. Right? But he ain't fought the Haneys, the Teofimo Lopez, the fucking Ryan Garcia, even the or the Rolly. Yeah. None of that. He went to 140 and fought Mario Barrios, somebody that I respect.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, he is not the top.
He ain't Josh Taylor.
Yeah, he ain't Josh Taylor. He's not Regis Prograis.
He's not Regis Prograis.
I mean, and then he's not my prospect, Brandun Lee. He's not none of them dudes at 140. You know what I mean? So for us to expect, and I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let D come back in. But for us to expect Tank to jump up to 147 and then fight a real live dog, which is Keith one-time Thurman, a former unified welterweight champion. You know what I mean? Who fought Sean Porter, who fought Danny Garcia, who fought Robert Guerrero, who fought Luis Collazo, who fought Soto Karass, who fought fucking, I mean, his resume. So, I mean, that's a step. I mean, if we just want to just look at it realistically, that's just not how they move in Tank right now. If he does go up to 147, he'll fight somebody like Omar Figueroa, Ivan Redcash, Sergio Lipnitz. That's believable.
I even like Mickey Garcia.
Mickey Garcia, I like that fight, but that's not how they like. I'm just saying, looking at how they've been moving them thus far, nothing tells me that they would take a Mickey Garcia fight at this moment. But if they did take it, I think that's a really good 50-50 fight.
I think the money generated is equivalent, if not more, Mikey. I think you make more money with Mikey.
Then who?
Than Thurman.
No, hell no. Yeah. Hell no. The numbers don't lie. Thurman, by far, is the top welterweight when it comes to numbers besides Manny Pacquiao. And that's just facts.
Lately.
No, not lately. Just period. All the way through his whole career.
I understand his career when you had a different peak because it was more eyeballs on it because you had other superstars who people remember on there, like Floyd or something like that.
But even with Manny, look at the pay-per-view buys with Manny Pacquiao. They did 600.
I ain't saying it ain't, but I just feel like it's a bigger show with Mickey Garcia because of that. It's
a more realistic fight and a more even fight and a more chance that he has to win in that fight. A fight that will be probably a better fight. It's not one-sided, so I can agree on that. But as far as numbers, nah.
Yeah, I think Mikey's a bigger fight. I think Mickey Garcia versus Tank Davis is a bigger fight.
He hasn't shown. I mean, all I can do is take my opinion and bias for Keith Thurman. Look at the numbers. Keith Thurman has the best numbers at welterweight. Period.
Back then.
No. Since his last fight. His last fight was with Manny Pacquiao. They did 600K.
That was with Pacquiao.
When Broner fought Manny Pacquiao, which people can argue, Broner is more known than Keith Thurman. What was his numbers against Manny Pacquiao?
I don't know what the numbers were.
It was like 400,000.
I just feel like Mickey Garcia is a hotter name right now than Keith Thurman.
He's not. When the last time Mickey Garcia fought?
No, I just still think it's a hotter name though.
But when the last time he fought?
Yeah. He fought was it Jesus
Vargas.
Vargas. Okay.
And that was shit. I mean,
Jesse Vargas.
He's been really interactive. And I mean, Mickey Garcia is a big name. I'm not taking nothing away from Mickey Garcia, but to compare him and Keith Thurman, I would disagree with you that the fight that's bigger, because you got to look at all of the elements when it goes to making a fight. The press conferences, the build-ups to the press conferences, all of that shit.
Latino fan base
is strong. That's why Mikey is a draw. He is a definitely draw. I'm not saying he ain't a draw, and I ain't saying he ain't gonna do good. Man. But Keith Thurman has this.
The more and more I think about it, the more and more it's Mikey.
Keith Thurman has this.
Keith Thurman got that, but Mikey can talk too. His brother's gonna talk.
It's not. It's just okay.
It's just a more popular little stable over there, man.
But D, look at this.
That whole stable is just a popular stable.
I mean, when you got Ellie going
on,
I was
gonna say Ellie sat back.
I mean, he helps that shit. But think about this. Look at the Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao. Would you? I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll say Errol Spence right now is probably the so-called number one welterweight right now, just based on not even the skills, just based on numbers he's doing with pay-per-views and whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
go Errol Spence.
Were you excited about
the Spence disciple?
Yeah, and I love Errol. I mean, I like Errol Spence. I like Bud. I like Spence, but
and Jerron Boots.
But what? Yeah, and Boots. That's my dude. Yeah. But would you say that Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao press conference, was it exciting? Did it get you hyped up for the fight?
Errol Spence ain't got no personality. I'm the first person to tell you that. He's one of the most boring personalities. If I had to interview people in Errol Spence, and I was like, oh damn, man, I'm a big fan of how you fight, but come on, bro, you gonna have to liven up a little bit, man. Give me something.
Right.
Give me something.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That shit counts for something.
It does count for something.
In press conferences.
It does. And so Keith Thurman can do that, but I think the bigger fan, I think Mikey got Mexico on his back.
I mean, he got that support.
Keith Thurman don't have that same kind of. Most people are not Keith Thurman disciples like you are, man. I'm just saying.
But they're not.
They not on that band.
But you got to understand, when Keith Thurman,
you got more Mikey disciples than you got Thurman disciples.
You got to understand though, this D, and this is what I tell a lot of folks. When Keith Thurman fought Manny Pacquiao and lost to Manny Pacquiao, he earned respect of Manny Pacquiao fans.
I understand that.
Mikey has never fought a legend such as Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman fan base, I would argue, was bigger than Mikey's before he fought Manny Pacquiao. And when he fought Manny Pacquiao, now he's an international fucking global star. He is.
So Broner was a bigger star than Thurman.
Broner didn't get the respect of the Manny Pacquiao fans in his fight. He got washed. Keith Thurman presented a whole totally different fight than Adrian Broner. He got to respect the Manny Pacquiao fans. And I look at YouTube comments all day long on these Manny.
Hey man, Mikey Garcia is a bigger fight. Tank Davis versus Mikey Garcia. Come on, man. Look at it's going to be a built-in buzz because you're going to have, like, the best fights in Vegas that I went to always was Floyd against a Latin guy.
No, I get that.
What? It was, because Canelo was number one. I mean, to see that Canelo.
Yeah.
I mean, that right there was big.
That's the
that
recipe.
was huge.
That's the recipe.
When he fought Ricky Hatton, that was big.
Yeah.
The whole everybody's, there's only one Ricky. That was crazy.
That's the recipe.
But when he fought like Shane Mosley, Zab Judah, it wasn't the same kind of crowd.
No, I get that, but Zab Judah and Shane Mosley ain't Keith Thurman, but this is what
Shane Mosley was bigger than Thurman.
But this is what I would concede to you: is Mikey Garcia versus Tank is a fight that will do good numbers. I'm not going to argue that. I think it's kind of I mean, look at the Errol Spence Mikey Garcia fight. That's Errol Spence's biggest pay-per-view numbers is against and
support.
Right. I agree with you that Mikey Garcia is a draw. I'm not gonna I hope nobody out there is taking what I say to say that Mikey Garcia is not a draw. I just don't think he's a bigger draw in a fight like that than a Keith Thurman. But that really doesn't matter though. I think the better fight is a Mikey Garcia fight because it's a more realistic fight.
Agree.
It's more 50-50.
I agree.
Than that. That's what I would concede to.
All right, so like previously I was saying, Leonard Ellerbe, you got to be stupid to be talking about this. But maybe they know something I don't know. So maybe I'm stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe they know Keith Thurman got all kind of ailment issues or he just not dedicated and maybe they just see something. And if so, then Ellerbe, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
But if not, we're going back to you stupid.
Yeah.
I see no way in the world he's going to be able to offset that size difference because it's not like Keith Thurman is a robot. He's an athletic fighter.
Yeah.
One of the hardest punchers in the division.
Yeah.
One of the larger fighters in the division.
Yep. I mean, I really take what Ellerbe's saying as a grain of salt. He got his salt shaker out there. This topic came up. Ness asked Keith Thurman about it, and he's
you said Ness brought it up.
Yeah, Ness brought it up on a Fight Height interview that he did with Keith Thurman in the gym.
Shout out Ness.
And this was
on every video. Every video I've been watching.
This was Ness. Ness actually originated on his show where he brought up that Keith Thurman versus Tank because Ellerbe tweeted out that Tank could possibly move up to 147, and Ness was like, "Who needs to fight at 147? Keith Thurman. Them are the two biggest fights you can make," and that's what he did. So when he went to Thurman's gym, he asked Thurman about it, and then it made news on Fight. So all I would say,
Boxing Voice, Ness, Mario, great shit.
Doomatron, the whole, you know what it is. But I forgot where I was going with that, but I would just say that
I don't see no way, man. Keith Thurman got a good jab too. It's gonna be hard to get around that jab. Now, Davis likes to counter off that jab. He likes to slip the jab and come back with a deadly uppercut.
Yeah.
Keith Thurman got a weak body. It's gonna be easier I can't say easier because you got to give up so much to get to the body on any individual.
Especially
if you ever been there trying to purposely land a body punch, you got to give up.
Yeah, you got to be willing to take a shot. You might get caught, and
the cojones got to grow a little bit.
And you dealing with a dude like Keith Thurman that's not, he's not your traditional power puncher. Keith Thurman has boxing skills.
He's an athletic puncher. So he can punch off the back.
Yeah.
He can punch on the run.
Yeah, and have power.
Exactly. He just gets lazy in fights. Yeah. He gets lazy a little times, and if Tank catches him lazy, maybe. I'm reaching, Tank. I'm reaching, man. Like I say, I love watching you. You're my top 3 favorite fighters to watch right now. I'm reaching, man. I don't see it.
But one thing I was saying before I came over here is that even if Tank, let's say hypothetically, Tank hurt Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
Keith Thurman has shown us, and this is what I like, and this is what a lot of people would count against Keith Thurman, but this is why I give Keith Thurman credit. We've seen Keith Thurman hurt.
And keep fighting.
Yes, and get up.
Yeah.
The only time he's been dropped, he really wasn't hurt. But we've seen him hurt where he didn't get dropped.
And he had to come back and fight. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
And he's the definition to me of a real champion, a dude that got hard, that will spit out his fucking mouthpiece, which people criticize him for, and take that breath and continue fucking fighting. With most folks would have what? Took a knee.
Like I say, I'm a fan of Keith. I'm a fan of you, Keith Thurman. I like how you talk your trash. I think you're a great character. I think you're good for boxing.
He don't like you, Keith Thurman. He don't like you. He don't like you. He man down. He man clown. Man clown. Man. Nah, I'm just tripping. He like you though.
One time. You good. Do I have it as top tier?
He top tier, man. If you ain't giving Keith Thurman top tier status,
I'm giving him right.
Who name your top 5 welterweights?
I mean, like right now, I think Sean Porter getting the business right now.
Nah.
And so I got Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Jerron Bruce Ennis. Those are my top 3 welterweights.
I mean, okay, for me,
I'm gonna probably go Manny Pacquiao.
But see, for me, I like Boots. I think Boots beat all the welterweights, but I'm not ranking him over them right now. He gonna have to move up just like everybody else.
I'm just talking about if they got in the ring right now. What I think is gonna win? Who I think is gonna win?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got Thurman beating Porter, a healthy Thurman, and just getting the inside information from Mr. Ness, seeing him spar, super middleweight, saying his power looking real. Saying his power looking real, and the fact that Keith Thurman keeping the weight off, and this Ness, I have to take that. Even before seeing sparring or hearing about sparring, just seeing Keith Thurman keeping his weight down, I've never seen that before, even in his prime. Keeping his weight down, and now you telling me that he's fully healthy, his left hand is fully healthy, and he giving dudes the business.
I'm rooting for you, Keith.
I don't think so.
I'm not ready for you to be a gatekeeper yet.
Yeah, nah.
I'm not ready for that yet, Keith. Okay?
I had to say, I'll put it down on Allmighty Athletic Show, man. I have to say, I don't see. I got Keith beating Bud. I got him beating Spence. I got him beating Porter. Boots is the only one. I think.
See him fight Crawford.
That's a good fight. That's a great fight. That's a 50-50 fight.
Great fight, right?
That's a 50-50. You remember what Bomac said, right?
They didn't want that.
No, he didn't say that. He said that Keith.
I know they don't want that.
Oh well, but I think he do. I think Bud does. But Bomac said Keith Thurman would be Bud's toughest fight because of his style. They don't want that, man. They probably didn't.
There's too much they didn't want in the PBC.
I think, but I'm not one of those believers. Okay. I believe that the hashtag blame Bob is blame Bob. Blame Bob for a lot of this shit because Bud was his prize fighter and he didn't want him to go over to the other side of the street. He want to keep them belts over there. So Bob does that shit. He keeps everything over here top rank. Let me try to make a top rank fight, which I'm not knocking on, but I'm not gonna blame Bud. The only reason I blame Bud for not getting the fights that we want to see him in is when he renewed his contract.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, as long as you say that part, I'm like, he had a chance to get out.
But I get him because this is the dude that's paying you $4-5 million guaranteed for every fight. You don't have to worry about.
He never got him a big fight.
No, he hasn't. But you get $4 or $5 million.
So after the contract is up, you never got me a big fight. Now you talking trash about me.
But the thing is, so I think at that point in time, this is my opinion. I think at that point in time, Bud just being loyal, he's saying you getting me $4 to $5 million every fight, and then my contract is up for renegotiation, and I re-sign with you because you promised me. You even put a clause in the contract that if I don't get you the Errol Spence fight, I'm going to pay you an extra $1 million. So he's promising him Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence. And Bud is like, well, shit, I think he might be able to get it. And I'm still making more upfront than any other boxer in the welterweight division. I'm making $4-5 million.
I'm talking trash about Bud. Like, I like Bud. I like you, Bud. I think you got more personality than Errol. all that. I like your skill
when
set
they get
and
mad.
all that.
Yeah, when they get mad.
They
They both
get
dry.
mad.
They both dry, but Bud does have more personality when he gets mad.
I think partly because he get hated on so much.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is.
That's true. That's
And
true. That's a good way to look at it.
You know what I'm saying? Was Errol gets loved, so he can just sit back with his family on the farm.
Just chill out.
Man down. On love.
Yeah.
Terrence always getting hated on.
Yeah, he is. He is.
I'm one of them. Like, why would you stay over there, man?
Especially on YouTube.
Dude talking about you.
Yeah.
All your rivals over there on the other side.
Yeah, that wasn't a
just
good
an
look.
extra. You stayed for an extra $1 million.
Yeah.
How much more you could have made fighting all these other cats?
Yeah, that wasn't.
See, that's just bad business.
But I think that's some shit that happens in boxing and in a lot of sports. I mean, with agents and shit. I mean, boxing a little different than other sports, but it's that loyalty factor. This dude made you the most money you done made in your career. You ain't fight the people you want to fight, but you still. I mean, D, you fighting the clown down the street, and I'm giving you $5 million. You getting $4 million.
All right, that's another thing. I'm totally with you, bud. If you just want an easy street and just make some money and just be easy. But if you're gonna talk all that trash about you wanting to prove that you the best and you this and you press pound for pound, what have you done for me lately? You done nothing, man. I mean, Victor Postal. That's the last time I was like, oh, okay, this might be a good fight.
Last tough fight.
Well, that's the last time you had like a 60-40 fight.
Yeah, I mean,
I
believe you want.
That's what 80-20.
Huh?
Everything else been like 80-20, maybe 70-30.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, the Postal fight and the Gamboa fight.
Man, I be trying to root for Bud, man, but they keep putting him in front of just little Joe Blows. But he keep re-signing with the folks who keep putting them in front of the Joe Blows, man.
But I'm gonna shout out to Bud, cause this is what I believe in my heart right here.
What you believe?
This intrigue saying this. I believe that. And, you know, I hear little rumors here from this person, this little birdie.
Sure.
That, you know, Bud is out of there.
All right.
After this fight.
Let's go, Bud.
I don't know if you're going to PBC. It would be cool you go to PBC, but it's not necessary.
It ain't necessary.
You know, you can do one fight deals. You can go to the zone. You can be, you know, whatever. But getting away from Bob is gonna allow you to get those fights with Spence. Even if that's over, you said you over that fight. And see, I'm against the majority. I don't care. Well, I want to see all the top welterweights fight each other, but I don't necessarily care if they go right into a Spence Bud. I would be happy with Bud fighting Thurman. I'd be happy with Bud fighting Boots. I'd be happy with Bud fighting Garcia. I want to see Bud fight. Yeah, but this Bud Porter fight is perfect for me. That's what I've been asking for.
That's what I've been asking for.
You won't hear a negative word.
That's what I've been asking
anything
for.
From me about that.
Then I would have wanted a Thurman fight.
Yeah,
Thurman. I would have wanted him to fight.
Yeah, Thurman. I mean, however he moved, as long as it's just
I don't think he deserved the Errol Spence fight.
I do.
How?
Because if he deserved a Thurman fight, he deserved an Earl fight. Because Earl ain't did number 5 who Thurman fight, and Thurman got a better resume than Earl. He's fighting
Thurman
more.
Has a better resume than all of them.
Except Pacquiao.
Yeah, except Pacquiao.
Yeah, so how can you discredit Thurman for losing a split decision loss to Manny Pacquiao?
That's why.
But
Errol got 3 belts.
No, he has 2.
2? Errol got 2. All right, so
he got 2 belts. Thurman had 2 belts.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying at that point, nobody was giving him the same thing that you giving Earl right now.
I'm talking about right now.
But I don't care about you having 2 belts. I don't care about that. He any champion that has a belt.
Ugas versus 0?
No, but it don't matter to me. Like how I look at it, who are the best in the welterweight division?
Disciples.
Nah, who's the best in? He knocked his ass down. Who are the best in the welterweight division? You got Earl, Bud, Pacquiao, Thurman, Porter, Boots. And you probably got Garcia and Ortiz. Any of them fights, you deserve them. I don't care. Like you got a title, especially if you got one of the belts. Man, you deserve to fight Spence. You deserve to fight Ugas. You deserve to fight Thurman. You deserve to fight any of them. I don't care about that game. I want to see all y'all fight each other. I don't care. If Bud lose to Spence, I still want to see Bud fight Thurman.
I want to see
if Spence lose to Bud, I want to see him fight Thurman still.
I feel you, and I have no problems with him going straight. I don't have no problems with him going straight to the arrow fight. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I don't
feel
either.
like he deserves it. As a welterweight, he ain't done nothing. In my opinion.
No, I get that. And
in his career, like I say,
he's did shit at lower levels. Yeah, and 147.
Why do you believe you should be just going straight to the top?
But because of what your answer was to me, you told me that Thurman didn't have a belt, but Bud does have a belt. And it's one of the recognized belts. So that's why I say, even though, and we know what his promoter has done in the past to superstars, even though he made a mistake and re-signed with him, but and he's a pound for pound dude. I give Bud a lot of hate. I be trolling him a lot, but at the same time, if Spence wants to come to the table and make that fight happen, I have no complaints. If Spence want to come to the table and make Thurman happen, I have no complaints. If Spence want to come to the table and make Porter happen, I have no complaints. If Spence want to come to the table and make Boots happen, I have no complaints.
As soon as you said that, you was like, nah, he got a belt. I understand that.
Yeah, I understand. He got a belt.
But I still want him to prove something. I still want you to prove something to me.
But the Porter fight is
the way I feel in my heart and my spirit.
But you right.
Nothing.
He's right.
Bob issued a shiny belt.
He's
took
right.
Randy out there to Australia and took his belt from him and gave it to you.
But y'all know what? Y'all know what? Mr. Allmighty is about to get what he wants, just like I'm about to get what I want. If this Porter and Bud fight,
I don't think it's going down, man.
Oh yeah, I think it's going down.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I keep hearing little stuff behind.
Nah. It ain't nothing.
He about to give up his belt.
It ain't nothing that says.
Give up his belt, but it's gonna be bad news if you don't fight, man.
Bob says he can make the deal. I don't know if they gonna make the deal or if it's gonna go to purse bid, but I definitely think it's happening. Bob is really, to me, I think he's trying to this is my big fight for you, Terrence. Stay with me. Resign. And then you know what? What came out in the media reports that I read the other day, after this fight, based on Bud beating Porter, I had the Josh Taylor fight. You can unify with Josh Taylor at 140. You can beat him, you know what I mean? And then, you can go into the Errol Spence fight. That's what Bob is selling them.
So drop back down in weight, then go back up and fight.
Well, I don't know if it's dropped down.
That would be stupid.
But I think it's bringing Josh. I misspoke.
Well, bringing him up, he ain't gonna have belts.
He won't, but you still beating the 140 undisputed champion.
Yeah, I hear you.
You don't get them belts because Crawford don't plan on competing at 140.
Come on, man. I'm rooting for you, man.
But Letitia Crawford.
Prove something, man.
Get your brother. I ain't gonna say that. I fuck with all y'all.
Gracious.
Man. I fuck. Yeah, Stone Bone, you see, I ain't dissing your boy, man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I told y'all, once Bud set that fight against a legitimate welterweight, I was gonna shut the fuck up and just watch the fight and give my who I think gonna win. I think Bud got Porter, but I think Porter and Bud is a 50-50 fight.
I do too.
So
I'm
that's
a fan
just
of you, Bud. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. That's why I'm rooting so hard for you to get out of that contract with Aaron.
Yeah. It's a slave contract.
Get over here with some fighters, man.
You can't even. You can't.
See you prove yourself, man. Prove something, man.
He could buy a house off of almost all the money he done lost off you, Bud. That's what this man said about you.
That man gave you a participation trophy. You ain't fought nobody for that, man. You know it. That's one of the little plastic trophies you win when you win a skating ring race. You get a little plastic trophy.
Yeah. You don't want that.
You don't want that, man.
You don't want that. You a real champion, man. Real champion.
All right. Well, man, I appreciate the talk, man. I appreciate the talk. I gotta head back out here, man. Just go through this some more. But,
always, it's a pleasure, man. Y'all fuck with Mr. Allmighty, man. Fucking, he training me, trying to get ready for Border Wars. You know what I mean? He got the punch of fire, the fury. You know what I mean? He know his boxing. He's one of them that can break down a fight after the fight and tell you what it is. He ain't one of them casuals. He's one of them dudes that study this shit as a science, like a science. So
that's what I've been doing for
20
years. I've been doing this for over 20 years. So
y'all fuck with him.
That's what I do. I just got a passion for it. And my man Intrigued the Incredible got a passion for it. So that's why we're on here talking right now.
Yep.
And I am Allmighty. This is Intrigued the Incredible with the No Cap Show. No Cap Show. Make sure y'all talk about the show, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, both our channels. Subscribe to shout out the Boxing Voice. Go holler at the Boxing Voice. And this is Boxing Blah Blah Blah, where we blah 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 about everything boxing. And I'm signing out.
Yeah.